Valve is getting sued by the UK for about $900 million due to game pricing. This is from Reuters saying video game giant Valve facing UK lawsuit over pricing commission. Video game developer and distributor Valve must face a £656 million or $900 million lawsuit in Britain. Guys, that's just over 100 million away from a $1 billion lawsuit alleging it charges publishers excessive commissions for its Steam online store. After a tribunal ruled on Monday, the case could continue. So for those that weren't keeping up with the situation, Valve was trying their motion to get this thrown out. The latest update is, nope, it's not getting thrown out and it's allowed to be heard. Valve was sued in 2024 on behalf of up to 14 million people in the United Kingdom who bought games or additional content through Steam or other platforms since 2018. Lawyers representing children's welfare advocate Vicky Shotbolt, who is bringing the case, allege Valve prevents publishers selling products more cheaply or earlier on rival platforms to Steam by imposing conditions on them. I hate to be the guy that sides with Steam on this, but they created a marketplace and people utilize it. And now they're trying to act like it's not fair. It's not fair that everyone uses Steam. And they set the rules now because they're so big. They say Valve requires users to buy all additional content through Steam if they've bought that game through the platform, effectively locking in users to make purchases on its platform. So are you going to sue Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft for their consoles that lock people into those platforms? This allows Valve to charge an unfair and excessive commission of up to 30%, Shotbolt's lawyers said at a hearing in October. Valve argued the case should not be certified to proceed towards a trial, an early step in the proceedings, but London's Competition Appeal Tribunal ruled the case could continue. Valve did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The lawsuit is the latest mass case to get the go-ahead in Britain, including a separate case against Apple over its App Store and Google over its Play Store, both of which center on commissions of up to 30%. So these are the commissions that were set from day one, and they worked and they grew to the point of being super successful. And now that they're super successful, they're going back and saying it's not fair because they're super successful. They should not be able to take as much money from us. Valve is separately facing a consumer action brought by gamers in the United States, which was filed in Seattle. I know, you're all shocked. In August 2024. Everything seems to be coming down on Valve right now by just being a marketplace and having a set standard. And it's really not much deeper than that. They're just saying the set standard that they have is it's unfair. BBC. Legal action over unfair Steam store prices given the go-ahead. Valve will face the like nearly, I can't get over this, $1 billion. The gaming giant is being accused of abusing its market dominance by imposing restrictive terms on game publishers and locking players into using Steam, the world's largest distribution platform for PC gaming. As long as nothing changes, there's no issues. The lawsuits should come if Gabe passes away, Electronic Arts buys Steam and the Saudis buy Steam or whatever, and then they change all the rules and conditions of everything, then yeah, there's going to be a major shit show of a problem there. But as of right now, it's like, this is the standard for what Steam is. I don't understand why this is a problem. It's just the developers crying, saying that they want more money and it's not fair. They have to use Steam if they want to make money. No one, I want to be clear here, no one is forcing a developer to put their game on Steam. They are willingly doing that, knowing that that's where gamers want to buy their games. So they could maybe tell the gamers, hey, we're not going to sell it on Steam because we don't like the percent that they take from us. And instead, we're going to sell it on Good Old Games, GOG, or Epic, or our own launcher, or you can just get it and have the download. There's no one forcing anyone to put their games on Steam. This is actually like laughable. if you take a step back from it and be like, wait, there's no gun to the head to these developers. Just because it's the biggest one, it's like you still don't have to use it. That's if you want to use their platform. If you want to pay for the right to have your game on their platform, that's the fee to do it. Everyone else does it. They've been doing it for years. That's like saying, I don't want to pay Nintendo the licensing fee to be able to put my game on the Switch too. Well, shit, guess what? You're not going to put your game on the Switch too. I don't understand this. Am I oversimplifying it? The legal action was brought by digital rights campaigner Vicky Schuppel in 2024 on behalf of 14 million Steam users. This is the thing. Lawyers can easily get people to sign something if they can insinuate that there's going to be a financial lucrative payout to them if they say, yes, I am frustrated and feel like I've been taken advantage of by this company. Oh, you're going to pay me money? Yeah, I definitely have been. Who could be in line for compensation if she wins? I think we all know that's what's happening right now. Valve, which has been contacted for comment, has argued the case should not be certified to proceed towards trial. The lawsuit filed at the Competition Appeal Tribunal London alleges Valve forces game publishers to sign up to conditions. Again, Gabe Newell is not riding his yacht over to Electronic Arts and putting a gun to their head and saying, you need to put your latest Plants vs. Zombies game on Steam. It's there if they want to put it there. They have their own launcher if they want to put it there too. Origin exists. They can do whatever they want to do, which prevents them from selling their titles earlier or for less on rival platforms. That's not true, though, because I've seen the games go for sale on the same day across the board. So I need to know specific conditions that they're talking about for that. It claims that Valve requires users to buy all additional content through Steam. Yes, maybe I'm being ignorant to the situation, but as a casual Steam user, that's how I expect, like when I'm buying a game on Steam, that I'm going to be getting my DLC from it on Steam, and I play it on Steam. If I was buying it on Epic, I wouldn't be coming over to Steam to get the DLC on Steam. I'd be buying the DLC on Epic. I get it's computers, and computers are universal, and they shouldn't be locked to specific platforms. And maybe that's where the argument comes in. But I'm looking at it like Steam is a IP. It's a proprietary like platform that is available on PC. No different than any other one of these platforms on PC. You should be, as a company, allowed to set whatever rules and regulations you want under the laws of the country, of course, following those first and foremost, and then let the market decide who wants to go with what makes the most sense, what's the most fair, what has the most options available to me. And by and large, it always defaults to Valve as the best one every time. If they bought the initial game through the platform, it essentially locks in users to continue making the purchases there. Again, I don't understand this lawsuit. Like, do they not understand gaming? What are they arguing? Ms. Schuppel argues this has enabled Steam to charge an excessive commission of up to 30%, making UK consumers pay too much for purchasing PC games and add-on content. If it's too much money that they're taking, then the developers have the option to raise the price to offset what Steam is charging them. And if players are complaining, the developers can say, yeah, we had to raise the price because Steam takes 30%. And this is the amount of money that we are expecting out of the sale for it. This is what we value it at. So we need to raise the price by this XYZ amount of money. And if they say, oh, it's not worth the players' money to buy that product for that, I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe don't make that DLC or make it better. It's the free market. Like, again, what are we supposed to do here? The case is what is known as a collective action claim, which means that one person goes to court on behalf of a much larger group of people. In this instance, it's been brought on behalf of up to 14 million people in the United Kingdom who bought games or additional content through Steam or other platforms since 2018. Again, I have major questions about 14 million people. Are they genuinely frustrated at Steam, or did they sign it with the expectation of, oh, I'm part of this lawsuit, I will get money if it wins? Because at the end of the day, I think that's really all the people are caring about with this. Claim is being backed by legal firm Milburn London LLP, which brings group action cases against large companies. Separate consumer action case filed in August 2024 has been brought against Valve in the US. Starting out as a developer of the award-winning titles such as Half-Life, Valve launched in 2003. According to VG Insights, over 19,000 games were released on the platform in 2025 alone, generating a revenue of $11.5 billion. You know what this comes down to? Steam is too successful. They're not allowed to make that much money. It's too good. They're providing too perfect of a product. And the lawyers are like, no, there's got to be something wrong here. You can't, you're not allowed to make that kind of money. The problem I see with stuff like this is it's a slippery slope. If the courts start agreeing with the lawyers that are trying to sue Valve and say, yes, Valve is in the wrong and they owe all this money to all the customers and the developers and they need to change the percentages and all this stuff, there's going to be a massive ripple effect from that throughout the entire gaming industry, and not necessarily for the better. I think people need to realize that part too, because right now what's set up is a fairly standard and steady system that is generally accepted across the board. So I find it very curious right now that many people are covering this in certain aspects. We got Kotaku here as well. Valve fails to get $900 million class action lawsuit over pricing thrown out. UK case claims Steam is overcharging players of PC games. If Steam is overcharging you, don't buy the game on Steam. I don't even need to read past this headline. When I go to purchase a game, it is a financial transaction of money parting my digital wallet and exchanging that for goods or services. In this case, it's a game, goods. And it's a game that I'm accepting the cost of the game, saying, yes, to me, this is going to be worth that price. And oh, by the way, here's the other thing. If as a customer, I don't like my purchase and don't feel like it's worth the value I paid for it, Steam has one of, if not the best refund return policies in all of gaming. Was it that 2-hour return window? No questions asked. Again, what are people complaining about? I'm so lost on this. Maybe there's something that I'm missing on it, but right now I'm just like, that's business, baby. What are we fighting here? I need to hear like from the lawyers what they're actually arguing, because as of right now, I'm just like, huh? But I'll leave that there. This crappy lawsuit is not going to make people use other services as they hope. 100%. I wouldn't even be surprised if 10 years from now it got found out that like Tim Sweeney in Epic or someone over at Nintendo or like someone in Microsoft was contacting these lawyers and pushing this lawsuit, trying to even the playing field. I wouldn't be surprised.